Hello everyone and welcome to a new video of Python tutorials for beginners series. In this video we will learn about virtual environments, also referred as Python environments. So virtual environments are basically isolated Python environments that have their own Python interpreter and their own packages. And we mostly need these different environments for different projects we have. Because yes, we have a global Python environment that we can access from our terminal. But for each project, we will need different packages, so we can create separate environments for the needs of your project. And actually, you will have a better understanding of what I mean after we create a virtual environment and activate it. So let's actually get to creating it. And for this, you will need to use your terminal, or you can just use the terminal inside VS Code here. But in our case, we'll be using the CMD of Windows or the command prompt. And let's now move to our working directory, which we can copy from here. And this is the, let's say, project folder we will be working on. And with cd command, which stands for change directory, we can move into this directory. And here now we can create our environment. And as you can see, we already have a Python environment activated, which we can see by typing in Python. And here we see we have a 3.10.2 environment that is global and we can access it from any path in our computer. But actually, if we use this environment for each of our projects, then this environment would get really messy and each of your modules and packages would pile up inside this global environment and it would be harder for you to use it for your new projects. Therefore, we will be creating a new environment. In order to create our environment, we will write Python and then M, which stands for module, and we have a venv module, which stands for virtual environment. Then you need to pass in the virtual environment name you want to have. Let's go with mynv for now. And here, once we press enter, we will see that an environment folder is actually created here, which actually stores each of the packages and the interpreter this environment will be having. And let's actually see what it has in here. Okay, so it has a config file, which will store the home path of the Python, which means global Python environment that this virtual environment has been created from. Also, it stores the version. And in scripts here, we can see the interpreter, which is python.exe. And we can also see the pip files, which are Python's package installer managers. And also we can see under the lib directory any packages that we've installed, but since we just created this environment, there aren't any side packages under the folder. So okay, now we've created the environment. Now we actually have a global environment and the virtual environment we've just created. So once we type Python in the CMD, how will we know which environment we're actually referring to? And in order to solve this issue, there's a thing called activating and deactivating environments. So right now the global environment is actually active, and in order to activate the other environment we've just created, we have to change the directory into the paths of your environment and then scripts, and then you have to run the activate file in order to activate this environment. And you can actually see the activate file in the scripts under the scripts directory here. So that's why once we actually run the activate file, you actually see the name of the environment you have created, indicating that you're actually inside that environment right now. So if we actually try to run, let's say, print new environment here, we can actually run this Python file with the new environment we just created. And here, actually, we had a typo, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so obviously for simple Python files like this, creating a new environment or running it with the global environment you have won't really matter. What will matter is, as you can remember in the previous video, we've installed NumPy. So once we imported NumPy, we weren't getting any errors and we were able to run our program successfully. But right now, when we're trying to import NumPy here, let's actually try to run this file with the name environment we have created. And once we run the main.py, we're actually seeing module not found error, no module named NumPy. This is because we've just created this environment and we haven't installed NumPy inside this environment. However, if we actually deactivate this environment and get back to our previous environment, and let's just clear the screen to see it more clearly. As you can see, there is now no environment names at the beginning of the console to indicate that we are inside an environment, and that basically means we're in a global environment. And once we try to run the file right now, the main.py file again, as you can see, the code is running without any errors. We are not getting any no module found error since NumPy is actually installed in this environment. So by creating new virtual environments or Python environments, even if we have installed Python a single time, we can actually make virtual copies of the Python we've installed and construct new environments out of it for our later use in different types of projects. And this is why environments are so useful and so easy to create in Python. If you have enjoyed this video or learned something new, please don't forget to leave a like and share it with your friends. And thank you for watching until the end of the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.